Well, you still have time to get today's Delmarva Life Daily Deal. Today's deal, 50% off a 45-minute facial massage and collagen-stimulating laser treatment from Attitudes Meta Spa in Milford. You can get the daily deal on delmarvalife.com or download the free Delmarva Life Daily Deal app for your iPhone, iPad, or Android. Now you can get our great deals right in the palm of your hand. Well, spring is finally here. Gardens getting ready to bloom. It's the perfect time to get out and enjoy everything Mother Nature has to offer. And today also happens to be National Public Gardens Day. And joining us today to tell us more is Paul James, a gardener guy. You may recognize him from HGTV's show Gardening by the Yard. Hey, first of all, what is National Public Gardens Day?
Well, it's a day that was born out of a relationship between Rainbird and the American Public Gardens Association to just get people to become more aware of all the wonderful things that public gardens have to offer.
And yeah, and you want families to go visit these gardens because there's so much to learn. Tell me about that.
It's a great opportunity to take out the whole family because at public gardens you'll typically find activities for kids, educational seminars for adults, plant sales, seminars of all kinds. You know, it's more than just the opportunity to tour a magnificent green space. There are a lot of educational opportunities as well.
Now, I know a lot of kids are going to be spending time with their mom in the garden for Mother's Day. Is there any advice you want to give to planting a garden?
You know, probably my #1 rule of thumb is to start small. I think too often people start out with a big garden, they get so excited, and then they realize quickly that when the weeds start to take over or pests become a problem, that they're sort of overwhelmed. So if you'll start small and create a series of garden rooms, then you can focus on one little area, have a greater sense of accomplishment when you accomplish what you want in that one space, then move on to the next.
Now, Paul, you like to promote families gardening together. How can we get our children involved?
Well, you can pay them. That's one way. And it was funny, when my kids were really young, they loved to be out in the garden with me, planting potatoes and harvesting all kinds of things. As they got older, I realized that I had to, you know, pay them a little bit to get them to rake leaves and such. But just getting them involved, letting them touch the soil, make mud pies. Don't worry about neat and tidy rows. Anarchy actually is best in the garden when you're dealing with kids. Let them do whatever they want, plant whatever they want. As they get a little bit older, they'll learn a little bit more about keeping things a tad more orderly.
All right, sounds like good advice. Now, you're actually in the United States Botanic Garden in Washington, D.C. Tell us about that. It's beautiful.
It's a magnificent place. Now, it's not too far of a drive for you, but you know, you've also got Salisbury State University Arboretum and the Adkins Arboretum if you're willing to take a little jaunt to Ridgely. Here, I happen to be in the native plant collection, which is, if there's such a thing as trends in gardening, this is a definite trend. The emphasis on indigenous or native plants that actually have been growing naturally in this area for a long, long time. And this is a good choice to consider for, if not all, then certainly a significant portion of your garden.
All right, Paul, great advice. It makes me want to get out and garden with my kids. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Beautiful day out there in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Well, up next on Delmarva Life, accidents happen, and when they do, you need to call in an expert to fix the damage. We talk with the folks at Expert Collision in Salisbury. Some great advice you need to know. Stay with us. And later, the West Virginia University Percussion Ensemble is in town, and in our studio, we'll tell you why they're in Salisbury, plus we'll hear a performance. Take us to the break, guys.